When it comes to the matchup in football between Madison Central and Madison Southern, the closest game in recent history took place in 2015 with the Indians winning 27-21. The Eagles had entered that matchup in the last game of the year, winning 3 straight games, and were looking to build some momentum heading into the postseason. Central had lost 2 of 3 heading into that game versus Southern, with injuries being a big issue that year for Madison Central. Still, we know when these two teams are set to face off, it's always a fun environment and a big game, and that was the case on this night in late October. Southern jumped on the board first after a great drive early in the first quarter to take a 7-0 lead on an 8-yard, 6-yard TD run. It wasn't until the second quarter in which the Indians would get on the board courtesy of a touchdown pass from Zach Harden to Evan Harris for his only catch of the game. On the ensuing drive by the Eagles, the Central defense was able to force a fumble, and Jared Grant would recover it. Corian Cryer would carry the ball inside the 5-yard line, and 2 plays later, Harden would sneak it into the end zone to give Central a 14-7 lead late in the second quarter. Southern would tie it at the half on a Carter Smith TD run, and the two teams would go into the locker room knotted at 14. A Landon White field goal was the first points of the second half, but when White kicked off to the Eagles on the ensuing drive, Peyton Skidmore would set up his team with a big return inside the 5-yard line. Landon Stacy would run it in from there, and once again, Southern would take the lead. The biggest play of the game came on the Indians' next drive. Corian Cryer took 169 yards to the house to give Central the lead for good, and they would go on to win 27-21. Will tomorrow night's game live up to the excitement of that matchup in 2015? We'll preview tomorrow night's big game on our newscast tomorrow, as Central will travel over to Berea to play Southern for the first time in 2 years. Tomorrow is also the first game for the EKU football team as they head to Eastern Michigan to kick off the season. Still dealing with the emotions of not having their head coach on the sidelines is something the team is having to do as they prepare for the game, and that was one of the things that offensive lineman Tucker Schroeder talked about during the press conference on Tuesday.
I mean, it's obviously a challenge, and it's been a challenge as far as like these past couple days go. But as Coach McPeak said, that's kind of what Coach Wells has taught us to overcome. You know, he speaks a lot on adversity, and this is just another little piece of adversity. And if we didn't stand up to this and go up there and play the same way that he would want us to, then, you know, he'd be the same one getting upset with us. So we're just going to try to go up there, play the game that we want to play. We got a little extra chip on our shoulder, but that's fine. And obviously, you know, we're just going to do the best we can and go up there and perform how we need to on Friday. I mean, you can probably imagine the situation and how it kind of transpired. But as far as, you know, specifics go and other things like that, kind of keeping that just respect for Coach Wells and his family. We obviously, it took a little bit to get over, but as a team, as a staff, as a support staff, nobody really blinked. Everybody reacted how we know how to do it. And it's business as usual, and that's not a knock on anybody. That's what Coach Wells wanted us to do. That's what he would want us to do and everything. So we're moving forward. We're still preparing like we need to and just going how we know.
EKU versus Eastern Michigan will kick off at 7 o'clock tomorrow, and you can listen to the game live on our sister station, 100.7 The Coyote. For WBONTV Sports, I'm Michael Watkins.